3 Pro. Well, design is the first contact of a user with a smartphone. And we at Realme pay great attention to this aspect. Designs for any smartphone are finalized after conducting in-depth surveys on market trends and preferences of our young users. We developed prototypes and collected a lot of feedback and finally got what resulted in the Realme 3 Pro. The Realme 3 Pro will be available in 3 color variants: the Nitro Blue, the Lightning Purple, and the Carbon Grey, each unique in its own way. This is the all-new Realme 3 Pro, where speed awakens. Now let me show you how we have incorporated speed in the design of Realme 3 Pro. When we talk about speed, what can be speedier than sports cars? For Realme 3 Pro, we have taken the inspiration from the Le Mans racetrack in France and given it the speedway design. We have given the back cover a perfect blend this time, bringing together texture, lighting effect, and colors. Let's take a closer look at the speedway pattern. On the back of Realme 3 Pro are 82 S-shaped curves running parallel through the fingerprint sensor, the rear camera, and the Realme logo. Behind the transparent plate at the back are laser-edged micron-level patterns. When light passes through this plate, this beautiful S-shaped pattern is formed. In color selection, we have upgraded the gradients from the traditional top-down direction to the oblique direction. This sounds simple, but is actually a very complex process. Now let's move to the front of Realme 3 Pro. It will have a 6.3-inch dewdrop display featuring a high screen-to-body ratio of 90.8% and having FHD Plus resolution. At the same time, Realme 3 Pro will also be equipped with Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which will be more toughened and durable. Now let's talk about some real power. With Realme 3 Pro, we will be bringing you the excellent performance chipset, Qualcomm Snapdragon 710. This is the perfect chipset with many flagship features taken from the 800 series to give our users smooth and lag-free experience. First of all, the 710 is the first chipset to bring the 10nm process technology from the 800 series to the 700 series. This new architecture does not only make your phone have faster processing, but also gives you much higher power efficiency. When it comes to the GPU, which is, I know, very important for you guys, the mighty Adreno 616 gives you faster graphics and console-like gaming experience, better than any other smartphone in the market. Now you can download all the heavy loaded games and enjoy them to the fullest. For camera, we have deep dived into the Spectra 250 ISP of 710, which delivers much more powerful image signal processing capability. Later, I will show you how we have optimized a much faster, clearer, and a more accurate camera module than any other model in this segment. Other than all these features, we also have the modem X15 LTE, which ensures you smooth calling and much better data experience. So overall, we chose the Snapdragon 710 so that it provides you the right combination of process technology, CPU, GPU, AI, and ultimately gives you super fast, lag-free, and flagship level experience. Let's show you some benchmarks now of the graphic performance. Which is the most essential factor you should consider for buying a gaming phone? We believe that you can see from this that Realme 3 Pro easily beats any other phone in this segment and is the best gaming phone in this segment. To further improve the performance and user experience, we also have the next generation of HyperBoost optimization. With HyperBoost, there are two new optimizations called the Touch Boost and Frame Boost, who enhance the touch control and frame rate respectively. Touch Boost is an all-round, in-depth optimization for touch control in games. We optimize the Android source code to shorten the system reaction time. We also shorten the image frame response under touch controls. Not only that, we also prioritize the CPU support on touch controls. With Touch Boost, the response time for character movement in heavy loaded games is 16.2% faster. Especially in games like PUBG, while you're using your telescopes to aim at your enemies, the response time is 21.6% faster. Here is a video that shows you this magic. You can see this is a comparison of ColorOS 5 and 6 with HyperBoost 2.0, and you can see how well the Touch Boost works for this phone. Apart from Touch Boost, Frame Boost is also been optimized to give you much better graphics like no one else. It detects heavy loaded scenarios and then boosts the processor at a high frequency to keep the frame rate at a high and stable level. Overall speaking, the Frame Boost improves the frame rate by 38%. Now let me show you some comparisons. Here you can see the frame rate of Realme 3 Pro does not drop throughout the game and is constant, which is not the case with this competitor shown here. This shows that actually Realme 3 Pro frame rate is the best amongst all competitors at all times. We also asked, see here is another video to show you how this is working and gives you the best performance. We also asked some industry experts to evaluate the gaming performance of Realme 3 Pro. Just take a look at the results by GameBench officials and you can see that Realme 3 Pro crushes all the other pros in the market right now, giving you the highest and the smoothest frame rate amongst all. We wanted to test out Fortnite as well, but since it's not compatible with any other devices, we couldn't get that data for you. To further improve the gaming experience, Realme 3 Pro also improves on the gaming audio experience. We have changed the location of the speaker to the bottom right. This has been done so that it does not get blocked by your hands while gaming. This is the level of detailing that we have done for Realme 3 Pro. The combination of super linear speakers and smart power amplifier doubles the audio volume, giving you a much better audio experience. But for gaming, isn't a big battery absolutely necessary? Yes, with Realme 3 Pro, we are bringing a massive 4045 mAh battery, which is 15.6% higher than our previous Realme 2 Pro. Our tests in real-life scenarios indicate that with Realme 3 Pro, you can play 7 hours of PUBG, 9.5 hours of YouTube, and even 18.3 hours of web browsing without any additional charging. Realme 3 Pro also supports the CABC technology that increases your battery life up to 10%. Now let us show you how the battery life is in comparison with others. Here is the data. You can see that Realme 3 Pro's battery is very good. it either compares to or is much better than any other competitors in different scenarios in this segment. But these are the results when the CABC mode is not even turned on. Let's see the effect when we turn on the CABC mode. Now I think it's very clear that Realme 3 Pro easily beats any other phone in any other situation in this segment, having the best battery performance. But is a big battery enough? Well, we wanted to give you something bigger and something more with Realme 3 Pro. So Realme 3 Pro will come with VOOC 3.0. A 20-watt charger inside the box. Yes, my friends, it will be available inside the box with the phone when you buy it, so that you don't have to spend any extra penny just to buy the charger. But you still might not know how good VOOC 3.0 really is, except the 5 minutes of charge and 2 hours of talk time that you might have heard. Well, most fast charge solutions available today are based on high voltage that requires 2 rounds of voltage transformation process. What does this mean? Well, it means that this directly results in power loss and ultimately heating. After heating, the charging speed goes back to normal charge instead of fast charging. But this is not the case with VOOC 3.0. VOOC 3.0 introduces MCU smart control chips inside the adapter and is a low voltage solution that requires only 1 round of voltage transformation process, meaning less power loss and less heating. The charging efficiency is up to 97%. What's more, we put the voltage control circuits inside the adapter instead of the phone so that the phone heating can further be highly reduced. Now, to give you more clarity, I have some data with me. Now, if you see from this data, the time that VOOC 3.0 takes to charge the entire phone is just 80 minutes. And when we compared it with 2 other fast chargers available on this popular device, with an 18-watt charger and a 30-watt charger, surprisingly, the time that it took to charge the entire phone was about 2 hours. So VOOC 3.0 is actually 44% faster. When compared with Redmi Note 7 Pro, it also is 14% cooler while charging. And let me remind you that with VOOC 3.0, the cost of making it is actually double of other fast chargers. But yes, we wanted to give you the best experience, and that is why we have this today. Now let me give you another example. Due to the efficiency and less heating, you can now play heavy loaded games like PUBG while they are being VOOC charged, without affecting the charging speed. The high voltage chargers that I just mentioned can't support the real fast charge while playing games, and the charging speed is dropped quickly to its normal charge, which you can see from this data. You can see that Realme 3 Pro charges to about 60% after playing PUBG for an hour, which in the case of competitors only charges to about 10% due to the charging speed going back to normal charge. With VOOC 3.0, we promise you that with 10 minutes of charging, you can click 1,000+ pictures, watch 1 full movie, play PUBG 3.5 rounds, or even talk on the phone for more than 5 hours. This is how good VOOC 3.0 really is. To guarantee your safety, which is also very important, VOOC 3.0 comes with a 5-level protection from the adapters to the phone. Globally, there are over 100 million users that have trusted and chosen this technology, and I'm sure you will love it too. Well, now comes my favorite part, the camera. As I said during Realme 3 launch as well, that hardware, image tuning, and experience optimization are three core indispensable factors to produce a good picture. Now let me show you how we've improved and worked on all these three to give you the camera of Realme 3 Pro. The Realme 3 Pro's rear camera will have a 16 megapixel primary shooter with a Sony flagship sensor IMX519. It has a fixed pixel size of 1.22 micron and a large aperture of 1.7, the best in this segment. With the support of Spectra 250 ISP in the Snapdragon 710, our camera team has made Realme 3 Pro feature flagship image qualities. Let us check out some sample pictures. Just look at the overall level of detailing, the vivid colors, and how good each and every picture is. Now, as we introduced in Realme 3 Pro will feature the new and improved nightscape mode to give you the perfect pictures in the low light conditions. Just one click and Realme 3 Pro camera can shoot multiple pictures in RAW format like a burst. It can capture more details, highlights, shadows, and balance the overall brightness, leading to exceptional night shots. These are some sample shots of the same. In this picture, you cannot just miss the space between these two buildings and the level of detailing and how balanced the lights and brightness are in this picture. Isn't it amazing, guys? Now here is a comparison of the Realme 3 Pro Nightscape mode and others in the same segment. And again, you can see the level of detailing and the colors and the highlights that are captured in this picture. You can see that it's the best, isn't it? The magical chroma boost is also here, which is the one step from master shots. The enhanced chroma boost can improve the dynamic ranges and the colors in a better and more natural way, like you can see in this picture. Let's take a look at some sample pictures. The colors are so bright and vivid in every picture. Especially, just look at the red color of the chilies in this one. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? Well, here is another comparison of the Realme 3 Pro Chroma Boost picture with others in the same segment. And again, look at the color reproduction and the dynamic range and ultimately the level of detailing that is there in the Realme 3 Pro picture. Well, this is not it when we talk about the camera of Realme 3 Pro. For our users who want a higher resolution image, we have the Ultra HD mode in Realme 3 Pro. You can shoot a 64 megapixel picture in this mode. This can be done by multi-frame synthesis technology. But please note that this is not just copy-pasting pixels and 4 photos. Our Ultra HD optimizes 4x real pixels to produce outstanding pictures. Now here is a comparison of the Realme 3 Pro 64 megapixel Ultra HD mode with the 48 megapixel of Redmi Note 7 Pro, what everybody has been talking about. And you can judge for yourself the level of detailing, how it's captured for the Realme 3 Pro. This shows that it's not just about high megapixels, but also about software optimization that give you good pictures. Let's take a look at some more sample pictures. This picture is actually my personal favorite. Even for a close shot like this, just look at how much details are there in these coffee beans as well, making it a beautiful picture. Now for a speed awakening device, we also bring to you Speed Shot. The detailed info captured by the IMX 519 sensor and Snapdragon 710's powerful ISP can allow you to conduct photography and post-processing at the same time in one multi-thread process. This means that you will be able to get the same high-quality images and not the compressed sizes in burst mode. Well, Realme 3 Pro is all about speed, but it knows how and when to super slow down. For the first time in any Realme smartphone and in any smartphone in this segment, Realme 3 Pro will feature slow motion at 960 FPS. Now you can record the world in detail when it slows down by 32 times. Here is a video. This is truly a feature that could compare with many flagships nowadays, and hope you can all enjoy this in Realme 3 Pro. Speaking of video shooting, yes, Realme 3 Pro supports 4K resolution and EIS anti-shake function to give you smooth and natural videos. Not just that, you also have the editing feature with Realme 3 Pro that can let you change the speed, apply filters, filter soundtracks, or even add any special effect or text. Now you don't have to download any other specific apps just for video editing. Well, now it's time to move to the selfie camera. Realme 3 Pro will also be a selfie pro. The front camera is upgraded to a 25 megapixel camera with an aperture of 2.0. It also supports 4-in-1 pixels to give you better low-light photography and has a single pixel size up to 1.8 micron. Just like Realme 3, Realme 3 Pro has also inherited the Realme U1's Selfie Flow algorithm that makes every simple selfie customized just for you and just the way you like it. Here are some sample pictures. Looking at these, we are confident that you will enjoy clicking selfies on Realme 3 Pro. Well, Realme 3 Pro also comes with ColorOS 6.0 based on Android Pie. Now you can enjoy powerful and smooth system experience with the new design style with many features. We have also upgraded the Realme theme as per our users' preferences. As the #1 quality brand of India, we do a lot of tests for every smartphone. We have conducted over 85 major quality tests under 130 user scenarios like drop test, temperature test, dust test, and so on. But the details of Realme 3 Pro are actually very interesting. Every port and connector is well protected by a rubber case to protect it from dust and water. We also use massive graphite films and metal structural layers to give us better thermal performance. This is to give you guys the highest level of experience. Well guys, that's all about Realme 3 Pro. Let's have a recap with the product video.
Realme 3 Pro, speed awakens. Realme smartphone.
How do you like it, guys? Isn't this the real pro in the market right now? Well, for a pro like Realme 3 Pro, we also need a pro partner. From Realme 2 to Realme 3, and now for Realme 3 Pro and Realme C2 will also be available on Flipkart. Now please join me in welcoming Mr. Aditya Soni, Senior Director of Flipkart, and Madhav back on stage to reveal the phone. Media friends, please approach towards the stage for the photo op. I would request my media friends to please approach towards the stage for the photo op. I would request Mr. Aditya and Ms. Nidhi to be seated. I would request the media to please be settled and Mr. Madhav to remain on the stage. Thank you.
So guys, how do you like the product? See to again the flagship level, entry level design. Realme 3 Pro, I'm going to tell you, is one of the best devices in this segment. I bet for that. First of all, thank you guys. Thank you Nidhi and thank you Aditya for joining me on the stage. Today is the most important day since the Realme debut. As a proud to be young brand, today we celebrate our first anniversary with two new products. The entry-level value king, which is Realme C2, and the flagship for youth, Realme 3 Pro. In our first year journey, till now, we have launched 4 series and 8 products. Proudly speaking, we have successfully led the industry competition afterwards. But it's still a long way to go to the top. And we are very happy and proud to say that we are a very proud challenger. It's a fun to be a challenger. Since many of you have been asking me about the comparisons between the Pro models in this market. Again, before going any biased comparisons, I want to be fair to all the brands before doing anything. This is not a biased comparison. This is as per the best view what we have got. Now, if I go about the real fair comparison, which is a real comparison, we believe Realme 3 Pro comes with a speedway design inspired from the leeway, Gorilla Glass 5. The most important thing which I would like to say is it comes with a Snapdragon 710 with a 10 nanometer based chipset. All the smart users understand the meaning of what is 10 nanometers. I don't think so I need to explain them. 10 nanometers is the most power efficient in this price segment. Octa-core up to 2.2 gigahertz. This we are specifically mentioning. With an Adreno 6.6 GPU. Well, a lot of brands have been trying to put that 6 is bigger than 7, but we assure you the 7 is always bigger than 6. Is it right or wrong? Anyways, with a triple SIM slot with an expandable storage, this is a basic hygiene for a phone. There are people who love numbers. 64 MP Ultra SD, nightscape with RAW format, chroma boost, speed shot, 25 megapixel front selfie camera, 960 FPS, super slow-mo. First time again in this price segment. Last but not the least, ad-free color OS. This is what the user expects and this is what we want to give. We sell phones. We don't sell ads, right? And so the battery with this 4045 mAh with a CABC mode and VOOC 3.0 with USB. But I would like to tell you one thing. VOOC 3.0 is a very addictive technology. Once you use it, you will never be able to leave it. And last but not the least, 20 volts fast charger in the box. In the box. I would also like to clarify one of the things that a lot of people have been asking us about micro USB and Type-C. Because we had a survey, I wouldn't like to justify myself on that, but we had a survey that 80% of the people always believe that Type-C means fast charging. But that is not the case. VOOC 3.0, you can see, charges the phone in 80 minutes, where even with the devices with the Type-C, it takes about 130 to 140 minutes. So for these 80% of the people, I'm just trying to change the myth. That does not mean that Type-C is a fast charging. For the rest of the 20%, yes, we are listening to you. We'll come back to you again for that. Don't worry about that. So hence, I would say that we have done a very fair comparison according to what we have the best knowledge of the product. How are we going to price the Realme Pro? Let's cut the chase. When we had a first round of seeding with the media and with our fans, whom we call insiders, we gave them this product. We told them that how should we price this product. So the first view of this product with the 7 series, because they always had a myth, the 7 series cannot be below 20K. So the first impression for the price, it comes in 2 variants, first of all, 4GB 64 and 6GB 128. It comes in two memory variants. 4GB 64, as per the people's expectations, not mine, but as per the people's expectation, was priced at 19,999 and 24,999. This is as per people's expectation. I know this is not what I want. This is not what I want for my users. Okay, 9. This is as per people's expectation. I know this is not what I want. This is not what I want for my users. Okay, so I know it's too high. We cannot do that because this is a real company. We cannot do that. We cannot send our dealers on the cost of our product. We cannot make our customers happy on the cost of the product. Come on, it's already the most powerful device in this price range. How do you like it now if I put up the new price? How about this? Anyways, you won't find anything cheaper than this. But let's cut the crap. No jokes now. I come to the final price. The price for Realme 3 Pro 461 is going to be 13,999. And price for 6GB, 128GB would be 60,999. There are a lot of other excitement news coming forward. The first sale will be on 29th of April, 2019, 12 noon. And we have built up enough of stocks. Don't worry about the stocks. Right. It will be available on Flipkart.com, Realme.com, and soon it will be available in offline stores near you. The most amazing offer, partner offers, would be from HDFC Bank with a flat 1,000 rupees off on debit cards and credit cards, as well as on the EMI transactions, 1,000 rupees flat. And secondly, it would be a no-cost EMI for all the customers up to 6 months, with a Geo benefits again coming up to 5,300 rupees. Now, how is this complete package now? Thank you, guys. But I know there's one more thing which I want to tell you. For many hardcore fans, like what I said, touch and feel is going to be the most important aspect for our industry. We want to give this phone before, anyone else can experience. We want you guys to experience before you buy from Flipkart or Realme. So for the first time, we are coming with the first pop-up sale event on 27th of April, 4:30 p.m. at Pacific Mall. We really want you to experience the phone before you actually buy it. So guys, stay tuned. I'll be there in the Pacific Mall, New Delhi. See you guys over there as well. I think that's it for today. So the next time, I will see you in May. Thanks again for the coming to Delhi University. Have a nice day, guys. Thanks once again. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today. Now the experience zone is open for our media friends. I would request all the fans to please remain seated for the upcoming session. Thank you.
Realme 3 Pro, speed awakens. Realme smartphone.